Jeff, you just returned from China, sort of fact-finding, mission, if you will. And of course, the focus was on Arkansans doing business in China, the reality of commerce between Arkansas, U.S., and particularly Arkansas and China now, and the prospects for improvement and additional export.
Well, it was an amazing experience. Yeah. I was traveling with Arkansas Executive Forum that's sponsored by the University of Arkansas. We started in Shanghai, which is really kind of the modern city that has had just tremendous development over these last 10 and 15 years. An amazing display of wealth that's going on. And you can see this incredible architecture and lights, and it just reeks of modern city. And throughout China, what we saw was modern cities still seeing the older cities and seeing poverty also. We went to Xi'an, which is more of a historic city with the terracotta warriors, but this is a city of 9 million that has about 450,000 college students. So everywhere you looked, you saw young people also, but you saw young consumers. They were out there spending money and spending it on U.S. brands. And you take Tyson Foods, for example, in China, that protein consumption is growing rapidly. Bill Teeter there in the middle leads the Asian operations for Tyson through the Shanghai office. And by next year, Tyson will employ some 11,000 people in China. And years ago, when we were writing about Tyson, it was all about exporting chicken feet and parts that Americans didn't want to eat to China. Well, now Tyson is growing chickens because it's growing chickens and processing chickens and partnering with entities within China to grow that base. Then you look at Wal-Mart. And Wal-Mart on its own has about 55,000 employees. This is a Wal-Mart supercenter in Shanghai, the first one that it's built in Shanghai. There are about 200 Wal-Marts throughout China, and they see this as a huge growth opportunity. And it's not your typical Wal-Mart supercenter. You have come on, you've got whole chickens unpackaged that are just lying in a freezer. And
those Granny Smith apples that
I hope those prices aren't in dollars.
I didn't know. Those would be in yuans. But I decided not to show you all the meat pictures. They're kind of shaky. But Walmart growing incredibly there and has a lot of opportunity as, again, the Chinese, they are so hungry for American culture and American brands. There was a new Apple store opening in Shanghai where they were introducing the iPhone. And then you look at someone like Mark McLarty, son of former White House Chief of Staff Mac McLarty, who's gone over there and has built the luxury auto business. And he now is in partnership with Citigroup. And they have 15 dealerships selling BMWs and Porsche and Jaguar, and has done $1.4 billion in revenue during the past 12 months. And they plan to add another 34 dealerships. At one Beijing BMW dealership in August, they sold some 600 BMWs in 1 month. And the price tag for these BMWs is between $100,000 and $250,000. And they're paid for in cash. 90% of these vehicles paid for in cash. It's a cash economy. So I can just see that these U.S. companies, including several in Arkansas.
So what does all this mean for Arkansas?
Well, it's growth opportunity. Take Axiom, a perfect example. Axiom now has nearly 200 employees. In China, they never even thought about direct marketing opportunities. And in China, Axiom is teaching Chinese companies how to market directly, not only from within, but to reach Americans with Chinese brands.
Jeff, the U.S. Trade Representative, Mr. Kirk, Ambassador Kirk, was in Little Rock only the past couple of days, urging Arkansans to take a fresh, renewed look at export possibilities. What, in the short minutes remaining, how realistic is that? How many companies could be doing business in Asia, particularly China, that are not now?
I looked at it. I was ready to go start business journals and soiree magazines over there. But then I came back to reality. But
Chinese edition of Arkansas Week.
There's enormous opportunity. But here's the deal: it takes investment, it takes time, it takes know-how and patience to be able to go and deal with an emerging economy and one that still absolutely has government issues and hoops that you have to jump through. So I don't think just any company can do it. but certainly our larger companies, you know, the thought that, let's say, a J.B. Hunt could take logistics expertise over there, but certainly for a Tyson and Wal-Mart and Axiom, you know, let's say a Baldor Electric making electric motors as they continue to grow in manufacturing. There absolutely are opportunities there. And here's the deal. We can disagree with the government. We can disagree with a lot of political policies. But to ignore that economy, to ignore the opportunities over there from a pure capitalistic standpoint and world economy standpoint would be ignorant of us. And would not be in anyone's best interest.
And with that, we got to let it go. We're simply out of time. Gents, thanks to you for coming in. As always, thanks to you for watching, and we'll see you next week.